watching the Fat Bidin Film Club, listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm Zan Azli.
I'm Aizah Azli.
And we just watched
Hanyut.
Hanyut, so we're gonna go look for a place to review it right now. Okay, so the movie's done.
Yeah.
This movie has been in the making, well, waiting to be released.
Yeah, for a long time, since like 2013, 2012.
More than, I don't know, I feel like it's more than that.
Because it was like, the movie was completed on an 18 million budget.
Yeah, man.
And then he was looking for the director,
U-Wei Haji Saari,
Yeah.
very famous Malaysian director. He was the first Malaysian to have a film invited to the Cannes Film Festival under the official selection.
And he wanted to get more money for marketing.
Yes.
But then people were complaining like, hey, we give you money, you should have put aside some money for marketing yourself.
Oh, that was the case?
Yeah.
Oh, I know it was controversial because I had friends who were like assistant directors on the film,
Right.
who were working with me as my assistant directors on a TV project after they had completed that film.
Right.
And this TV project was done like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. And that one came out already.
Came out years ago.
You guys didn't have any marketing problems.
We had no marketing problems.
Okay. Anyway, the story of Hanyut is about a Dutch man. I mean,
It's based on a book lah.
Yeah, it's a period piece.
Yeah.
About it's based on a
It's
book.
based on Almayer's Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the story is about this. It's a period piece where they're still in like colonial times.
Yep.
And a Dutch man who has never been to Dutchland.
Europe. Dutchland.
Who's never been back to Europe, is stuck in Malaya.
Married a Malay wife.
Yeah, has a Malay wife and has a daughter.
Yeah.
And
Half-breed.
he has been obsessed with finding this gold.
Yeah.
This mythical mountain of gold.
So that he can become rich and go back.
Yeah, get enough money to return.
It's not even return because he was born in Singapore.
Yeah,
Right.
he was born in Singapore, but his family is
Dutch
all,
lah.
yeah, they're all Dutch, and he's white, and he feels isolated as a white man in a Malay kampung.
Yep.
So I think this story is supposed to be about politics.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the politics of it's pretty complicated lah. So he has a half-breed daughter who's half Malay, half Dutch.
Neither accepted in either community.
She's okay in the Malay community.
Because
Yeah. So then so there's the introduction of this guy named Dain. Dain, sorry.
Dain Marula.
Dain.
Dain Marula.
Okay, so Dain comes as like a prince, and he is supposed to help Almayer, to Caspar Almayer to find that gold he's obsessed over.
Yes.
And in exchange, he's supposed to get gunpowder from him.
Yes.
Turns out he's a freedom fighter.
He's a rebel who's trying to kill the English.
Who are occupying the area.
Yep.
So there's supposed to be politics between this guy, this Caspar Almayer, the Dutchman, and the Raja of the area, of how and like how they
How they play around lah.
Yeah, how they
with
play
the
around.
Sultan, with the main Agong, with the British.
Yeah.
You know? You know?
And it's not as dramatic as it sounds, because it's kind of tame. Like I was expecting the politics to be a bit. I mean, I started realizing like, oh, it's a politics movie. I thought it would be more.
But you see, it's
more high stakes. I mean, it's high stakes, but it doesn't feel that way when you watch it.
Yeah, but I don't think the film is supposed to represent. Although it's like a what film? A period film.
Yeah.
A period film, right? Although it's a period film, it's supposed to be like an epic film and all that. I don't think the story was really supposed to be referring to the politics of that period.
Right.
I think it's more a commentary of what is happening now in Malaysia. I think the film, Hanyut, was very strong and condensed. No,
Right.
not condensed, like very
Press?
thick and
Oh right.
you know, very tepu lah.
Right.
Of commentary towards how stupid the Malays are.
Very pregnant with.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, very pregnant. So if another director who was not a Malay actually made this film, he would have been called a total racist.
Right.
You know, because it's the film is so filled with negative commentary about the Malays.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say negative commentary, but just social commentary about the negative things about Malays.
Right.
Right? About how manipulative they are, how easily manipulated they are, how stupid they are, how obsessed they are with wanting to be powerful and rich. Even how they treat women.
The mysticism of like hantu stuff.
Yeah.
That was like a joke.
He made fun of it like crazy,
Yeah.
you know, like believing in supernatural things, even though you're religious.
Yeah.
You know,
Because they tried to contrast that in the conversations as well.
Yeah, and it was so obvious and blatant to do it. You know, it wasn't even like trying to be layered or contextual.
Yeah.
You know, and how they treat women in Malay society. It was just that lah, and it hit me. In the beginning, when I was watching the film, it was like, hey, why are you saying all this? This is so obvious what you're commenting about the Malay society. Right. It's so obvious that I begin to kind of come on, U-Wei, you can do better than this. Right. You know, I've seen many of his films. He criticizes the Malays a lot, but he doesn't do it so blatantly, so open, so obvious.
Like cheap shots.
Like cheap shots. But then, if you see the way he shot the film and the way he directed the actors, he had a lot of good actors in there. Right, like Sabri Yunus, his muse Khalid Saleh in all of his movies, from Kaki Bakar to Johor to Boy Laju Laju to even in this film, he's the Raja, the orang kaya, right? And they act very well, but in this film he made them seem over the top and very theatrical and very exaggerated.
Yeah, because and halfway through I actually asked you does he have a theatre background? Because the way they act and everything is very theatre.
Yeah, and it was so exaggerated. Then I started realizing, oh shit, I think he's doing it on purpose and being blatant about the social commentary as well, and being blatant about the cheap shots as well.
Right.
You know, I don't know if it's true or not lah. You know, if it's intentional or not.
Right.
You know, there was a quote by Sidney Lumet, right? Somebody asked me, he said that somebody asked him why did he frame a certain shot like that. Then he said, well, if I pan the camera a little bit to the left, I would have seen a truck there. If I pan it to the right, I would have seen like an airport there. So that was the only nice shot. You know, so really, I'm paraphrasing the quote.
Right.
But U-Wei probably was not intentional in doing all that. I don't know, but we're reading too much into the film. So I was almost about to conclude that this have been one of U-Wei's worst films that I've seen. But after thinking about it, maybe not. Maybe it was intentional. You know?
But intentional or not, it's quite difficult to sit through lah. Not difficult, but it's a lot to be reading lah. It's like you kind of want it to be really good. So you're forcing a lot of this
it's like
interpretation.
You're projecting it into it.
Yeah, you're projecting into it because this has to be good. Because for me, I had really high expectations for the film, and memang it's really shot very well.
Yeah.
It's very nice, but it's very clean and very. Seems like it's supposed to be purposeful kind of, but I don't feel much of the tension or the conflict. I mean, sure, I can sit down and I know that this is happening. I know that he is worried for his life. He's really sad about his daughter. But I don't feel it kind of I'm intellectualizing I'm intellectually I'm thinking oh yeah.
There must be a reason for that.
I mean that. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm assuming that this
it's
is
because
he's upset because of this and this. But I don't really.
You don't get it from the film lah.
Yeah, I don't get it from the superficial part of the film.
Okay.
It's I have to put in effort to put myself in the place of these characters.
Yep.
But yeah lah.
It's not an easy film.
It's not an easy film lah.
Yeah. Would you recommend people to watch it?
I would definitely recommend people to watch it. Simply because it's still definitely a good.
It's better than most of the films we've watched this year lah.
Oh, it's one of the best lah.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Still one of
lah.
the best films we watched this year.
Yeah.
But Interchange though, still better than this.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it lah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's our review of the film.
Watch lah, because it's very there's like this white person who's stuck here and he's in a bubble, and then kind of like open his bubble. So it's like even though he's the protagonist, he's using things like referring to people as savages and stuff like that. It's interesting as a brown person to watch this white person stuck in a brown person land lah, and still be the protagonist. It's very interesting. Yeah.
So go watch the film.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed this review, go share it with everybody you know.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't like it, so share anyway.
Yeah.
Follow us on all our social media platforms at Fat Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com for everything, right?
Yeah.
So you've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zain Azli.
And I'm Aizil Azli.
Alright, goodbye.